Hello everyone, I'm Aviktalia Nogika. Welcome to my presentation. Today we are going to talking about heads and modifiers as part of the subject of syntax. I will start with an overview, a brief explanation of heads and modifiers, then I will move on to the heads, complements, and class adjuncts. Also, I will give one examples in each of them. Okay, let's start to the overview. In syntax, we need to consider two main ideas. The first one is heads, control modifiers. Heads are the most important words within a phrase. It makes sense that they would have the power to control the rest of the words in a phrase. And the second one is words are grouped into phrases where we have heads and modifiers. And then those are two essential parts that every single phrase must have to be considered a phrase. This is the graphic organizer to illustrate my point that every single phrase has a head and modifier. And we can see here that heads contains the central piece of information, modifiers contains two classes, that is complements, which are obligatory, and the second is adjuncts, which are optional. Now let's talk about heads. Heads are the most important words in a phrase. It's the same like human body that need a head or brains to be alive or meaningful, right? Heads are essentials in forming a phrase. Without this, we wouldn't have to consider a phrase. The head that we have within the phrase are also can determines the type of the phrase that we have, like a noun phrase or verb phrase. Heads also carry within a phrase and controls the rest of the words. And without the head, modifiers is nothing. And next, here I have the example of heads that are on bold with red. The freezing cold water. It determined as a noun phrase because we can see that water is a noun. Because of that, this can be considered as a noun phrase. Let's move on to the modifiers. As we can see, there are two classes of modifiers, which are complements and adjuncts. Modifiers tell us more information about the person, thing, or action being modified. Head is being modified. Now, there are the difference between these two classes of modifiers. The main difference between complements and adjuncts is that adjuncts is an optional phrases, whereas complements is a really indispensable to understand the meaning of the phrase. And removing the complements would affect the meaning and construction of the phrase. And here is the example of complements. They restricted the use of cell phones in Zoom sessions. By adding of cell phones in Zoom sessions, it's necessary for conveying the meaning in this phrase. Now we move to adjuncts. When the adjunct removed, it can still convey the meaning. It's additional optional information that give us details about what we were expressing, but doesn't necessarily affect or change the meaning, like heads and also complements word. They can be changed the meaning if they are gone or deleted. Okay, I have one example to explain this that are highlighted in purple. I have an extra charger in my car. Even in my car is deleted or vanished, it still have the same meaning because it's optional information. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for your attention. This is my first presentation in syntax, and I hope this was clear and show my effort and dedication in this subject. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay healthy and bye-bye.